There is a small temple at the edge of a forest where the pine trees grow old and quiet. The temple has been here a long time. Its wooden walls have softened with years of rain and sun. Tonight, a single lantern burns in the window, and the flame barely moves. The night has come gently here. It did not arrive all at once, but settled slowly, the way water settles after ripples fade. First the sky turned pale, then gold, then the color of plums, and now it rests in soft darkness. The stars have appeared one by one, scattered across the black. Inside the temple, there is a room with a low wooden floor. A thin cushion sits near the window. The cushion is old and worn in the middle, where someone has sat many times before. You do not need to sit there now. You do not need to do anything at all. The room is simply here, and you are welcome in it. Beyond the window, the forest stands. The pine trees grow close together, their branches lifting and lowering with a wind so gentle it cannot be heard, only felt. Somewhere among the trees, a small stream moves over stones. The sound is faint, almost like a memory of water rather than water itself. The lantern flame shifts. A small movement, barely visible. The light it casts is amber and warm, and it touches the walls of the room softly. The walls receive the light. The light touches the walls. They rest together, the way old things rest together without effort. Time moves differently in a place like this. The hours do not push forward. They drift, the way leaves drift when they finally let go of their branches. There is no hurry here. There has never been hurry here. The temple has stood through many seasons, and it will stand through many more, and tonight is simply one night among all the nights it has known. A monk lives in this temple. He is neither young nor old. His robes are the color of clay after rain. He moves slowly through his evenings, not because he is tired, but because there is no reason to move quickly. Tonight he has already eaten his simple meal. He has already washed his bowl and set it to dry. Now he sits near the window, not meditating, not thinking, simply sitting. His breath moves in and out. He does not control it or count it. It moves the way breath has always moved, since before he was born, since before anyone was born. In and out. In and out. Like the tide of a sea that no one can see. Outside, the pine trees continue their slow movement. The stream continues over its stones. A bird settles somewhere in the branches, folding its wings for the night. It does not announce itself. It simply arrives, rests, and becomes part of the stillness. The monk's eyes are half closed. He is not asleep, but he is not fully awake either. He rests in the space between, where thoughts come and go like clouds crossing a distant mountain. He does not chase the thoughts or push them away. They are simply weather, passing through. The lantern flame flickers once, then steadies. The oil will last through the night. There is enough. There is always enough for one night. And tonight is the only night that matters. In the forest, the darkness has deepened. It is not a frightening darkness. It is the kind of darkness that holds things gently, the way a cupped hand might hold water. The trees stand in this darkness. They have stood in darkness many times before. They are still when there is nothing to see. The stream sounds the same as it did an hour ago, the same as it will sound an hour from now. Water over stones. Stones worn smooth by years of water. The stream does not remember yesterday. It only moves through now. The monk shifts slightly on his cushion. A small movement, almost invisible. His hands rest in his lap, palms upward, fingers slightly curved. They are not holding anything. They are not reaching for anything. They are simply hands, resting. Breathing continues, in and out. The breath does not need to be noticed. It moves on its own, steady and soft. Like the stream, like the wind in the pines, like everything that moves without effort. The room has grown warmer with the night. The walls hold the warmth of the day and release it slowly, the way the earth releases warmth after sunset. The floor beneath the cushion is smooth and cool. The cushion itself is soft, shaped by many nights of sitting. The warmth in the room is not the warmth of fire or sun. It is the warmth of shelter, of enclosure, of being inside while the night grows cool outside. It wraps around the monk like a blanket he cannot see, touching his face, his hands, the exposed skin of his ankles. His body has adjusted to this warmth. It no longer notices it. It simply rests within it. The floor has its own temperature, its own presence. The wood is old, seasoned by decades of seasons, and it holds the coolness of the earth beneath it. Where the cushion rests on the floor, the two temperatures meet and mingle. Where the monk's hands hang at his sides, his fingertips occasionally brush the smooth wood, and they feel its coolness without registering it. The air in the room is still. It does not move. There is no draft from the window, no current from the door. The air simply rests, as everything in this room rests, holding the faint scent of lamp oil and old wood and the distant sweetness of pine. Outside the window, the stars have multiplied. They fill the spaces between the pine branches. They do not shine brightly here. They glow, the way embers glow after a fire has quieted, patient, unhurried, present. The monk does not look at the stars. He does not need to look at them to know they are there. He can feel their presence the way he can feel the presence of the forest, the stream, the night itself. Everything here belongs together. Everything here has always belonged together. A breeze moves through the trees. The sound is soft, like cloth brushing against cloth. The branches sway, and then still. Sway, and then still. The rhythm is ancient. It does not need to be understood. The lantern continues to burn. Its flame is steady now, no longer flickering. The light falls in a small circle on the wooden floor, touching the edge of the cushion, the corner of the window frame, a portion of the wall. The rest of the room rests in gentle shadow. Time passes. It is not important how much time. The night does not measure itself in hours. It simply continues, moment flowing into moment, the way water flows into water. The monk's breathing has slowed. In and out, in and out. The pause between breaths has grown longer, not forced, not held, simply longer, the way pauses grow longer when there is no need to speak. The forest outside is quieter now. The bird has tucked its head beneath its wing. The wind has softened to almost nothing. The stream still moves, but even its voice seems more distant, more dreamlike. In the temple, the silence has weight. Not a heavy weight, a comfortable weight, like a blanket in winter. It settles over the room, over the monk, over the flame, and the walls and the floor. Everything held in gentle stillness. The monk does not move. He does not need to move. The cushion beneath him, the floor beneath the cushion, the earth beneath the temple. Everything resting on something else. Everything supported. Breathing continues. The breath gives nothing. It takes nothing. It simply is. Moving in, moving out. The way it has always moved. The way it will always move. Outside, a single cloud passes across the moon. The light dims for a moment, then returns. The pine trees stand unchanged. They have seen many clouds pass. They will see many more. This cloud is no different from any other. The stream moves over its stones. The same stones. The same water. Always different, always the same. The sound is constant, a gentle presence at the edge of hearing. It does not demand attention. It is simply there, the way the breath is there, the way the night is there. The monk's hands have relaxed even further. His fingers have uncurled. His palms rest open, soft as leaves. They hold nothing. They release nothing. They simply rest. The lantern flame burns lower now. The light has softened. The circle on the floor has grown smaller, dimmer. The shadows have moved closer, but they bring no fear. They are simply shadows, part of the night, part of the room. Hours pass, or perhaps only moments. The distinction has lost its meaning. The temple rests. The forest rests. The monk rests. The night itself continues, cradling everything in its quiet darkness. The pine trees have not moved, or if they have, the movement was so small it could not be seen. Their branches reach upward toward the stars. Their roots reach downward into the earth. They are bridges between sky and ground, standing without effort. The stream continues. It has not grown louder or softer. It simply continues. Water over stone, stone beneath water. The same song repeated without repetition. Each moment new. Each moment familiar. In the room, the warmth has settled. It no longer rises or falls. It simply holds the way the darkness holds, the way the silence holds. Everything here is present. Everything here remains. The monk's breath moves in and out. The rhythm has become like the rhythm of the stream, constant, gentle, unthinking. The breath does what breath does. It does not need guidance. The stars outside have shifted slightly, following their ancient paths. They do not hurry. They have nowhere to be. They simply move, the way everything moves, slowly and without effort. The lantern flame flickers once. A small moth has found its way to the window, drawn by the light. It rests on the glass for a moment, wings folded, then flies away into the darkness. The flame steadies again. The monk does not notice the moth. His eyes have closed completely now. He is not asleep, not quite, but he is not awake either. He rests in the space between, where the boundary between self and world grows soft, where breath and air become the same thing. The cushion beneath him is warm now, shaped by his sitting. The floor is cool beneath the cushion. The earth is cool beneath the floor. Layer upon layer of support, reaching down into darkness, reaching up into light. Outside, the forest has grown so still it seems to be holding its breath. The wind has stopped completely. The branches do not move. The stream still sounds, but even that sound has become quieter, more distant, like something heard in a dream. The night deepens. The darkness grows richer, fuller. It is not empty darkness. It is full darkness, full of the presence of trees and stones and earth and sky, full of the presence of the temple, the room, the monk, the flame. The air has changed now. It has grown heavier, more humid, carrying the coolness that comes when the earth begins to release the day's warmth. The monk's skin feels this change, even though he does not notice it. His pores have opened slightly. His breathing has deepened. His body responds to the night the way bodies have always responded to night, with softening, with slowing, with rest. The wood of the floor has cooled further. The grain of the wood is smooth beneath the cushion, worn by years of feet, years of sitting, years of sweeping. If the monk could see it, he would see the patterns in the wood, the whorls and lines that tell the story of the tree it once was. But he cannot see it, and he does not need to. The wood simply holds him, as it has held others before him. The walls of the temple are thick, made from trees that grew in this forest, cut and shaped and fitted together long ago. They hold the silence inside. They hold the darkness inside. They separate the room from the forest, but only barely. The same air moves through both. The same night covers both. The same stillness pervades both. Breathing continues, in and out. The breath has become almost invisible now, so soft it barely moves the chest, so soft it could be the breath of the room itself, the breath of the night. The lantern flame has grown smaller still. The oil is lasting, but the flame is patient. It does not burn brightly. It does not need to burn brightly. It gives just enough light, and that is enough. The walls of the room seem closer now, but not confining. Protective. The way a nest is protective. The way a shell is protective. The monk rests within these walls like something precious, something cradled. Time has lost its edges. The beginning of the night is far away. The end of the night is far away. There is only this moment, this breath, this stillness. This is enough. This has always been enough. The pine trees outside stand in their circle of darkness. They have stood here for decades, perhaps centuries. They have seen many monks come and go. They have heard many streams flow and quiet. They do not remember any of it. They only stand in this moment. The stream moves. The water does not know where it has been. It does not know where it is going. It only touches the stone beneath it, the air above it, the movement that carries it forward. This is all there is to know. The monk's face has softened. The small lines around his eyes have smoothed. His lips are slightly parted. He looks younger in this light, or perhaps ageless, like something that has always been here and will always be here. The room holds him. The cushion holds him. The breath moves through him. Everything rests on something else, in endless circles of support. Nothing falls. Nothing fails. Everything rests. Outside, a single star falls. A brief streak of light across the darkness. Then nothing. The other stars continue their slow movement. The forest continues its stillness. The stream continues over its stones. The monk does not see the falling star. His eyes are closed. But perhaps somewhere in the space between waking and sleeping, he feels it. A small brightness. A small release. Something letting go. The lantern flame is very low now. The circle of light has shrunk to almost nothing. The shadows have come close, gentle and soft, like friends gathering near. They bring no fear. They are simply present. Breathing continues. In and out. So slow now. So soft. The breath has become part of the silence, part of the stillness. It moves without disturbing anything. The room is quiet. The forest is quiet. The stream is quiet, or its sound has become so familiar that it is no longer heard. Everything has settled into the deep quiet of the night. The monk rests. He does not dream. He does not think. He simply rests, the way the trees rest, the way the stones rest, the way the water rests even as it moves. Resting does not require stillness. Resting only requires letting go. And the night continues, moment into moment, breath into breath, the lantern flame burning softly, the stars moving slowly, the pine trees standing quietly, the stream finding its way over stones. There is nothing to do here, nothing to understand, nothing to become. There is only this room, this night, this breath. There is only resting and resting and resting. The hours pass like water. The darkness shifts like sand. Nothing changes, and everything changes. The night continues, asking nothing, offering nothing but presence. The monk's hands rest in his lap. His shoulders have dropped. His jaw has softened. Everything that was held has been released. Everything that was tight has loosened. He is not trying to let go. He is simply letting go. The way the leaves let go. The way the light lets go. The way everything lets go when it is ready. Outside, the forest continues. The pine trees lift and lower their branches. So slowly, the movement cannot be seen. The stream flows over its stones. The stars turn in their ancient circles. Everything moves. Everything rests. Movement and rest are the same thing here. The lantern flame flickers once, then steadies. It will last through the night. There is no need to tend it. There is no need to do anything at all. The flame burns. The night passes. The monk rests. And so the night continues, deep and soft and endless, full of darkness and light, full of sound and silence, full of breathing and stillness, full of everything and nothing. The room holds the monk. The temple holds the room. The forest holds the temple. The earth holds the forest. The sky curves above the earth. Circles within circles, all the way down, all the way up. The breath moves in. The breath moves in. The space between grows longer, softer, more peaceful. There is no hurry. There has never been hurry. There is only this breath, this moment, this night. The stream sounds far away now, like something remembered from childhood, like something heard in another life. The water still moves, but the sound has become part of the silence, part of the stillness. The monk does not hear it. He does not need to hear it. He is like the stream now in some way. He is the water moving over stones. He is the stones beneath the water. He is the movement and the stillness, the sound and the silence. The pine trees stand. They have always stood. They will always stand, or they will fall, and new trees will grow, and the standing will continue. This is how it has always been. This is how it will always be. The stars glow, or shine, or simply exist. They do not need to be seen. They do not need to be named. They simply are, the way the night is, the way the breath is, the way everything is. The lantern flame burns lower. The light is almost gone now, but the darkness is gentle. The monk rests in this darkness. The room rests. The night rests. Breathing continues, in and out, without effort, without thought, without doing. The breath breathes itself. It has always breathed itself. It will always breathe itself, for as long as there is breathing. The cushion is warm. The floor is cool. The air is still. Everything is as it should be. Everything is as it has always been. There is nothing to change, nothing to fix, nothing to improve. There is only what is. Outside, the moon has moved behind the trees. Its light filters through the branches, soft and scattered. It touches the ground in patches, silver and gray. The forest floor is carpeted with old needles, soft and silent. The stream still moves, somewhere in the darkness. Its sound is barely there, a whisper, a suggestion. The water follows its path. It does not need to think about where it is going. It simply goes. The monk has become very still. His breath is almost invisible. His body has settled completely, released completely. He is not trying to be still. He simply is still, the way a stone is still, the way a mountain is still. But even in stillness, there is movement. The blood moves in his veins. The air moves in his lungs. The thoughts move in his mind, soft and distant, like clouds on the horizon. Nothing stops completely. Everything continues, in its own way, in its own time. The lantern flame is very small now, a tiny point of light in the darkness. It will not last much longer. Soon it will flicker and fade, and the room will be lit only by starlight, only by moonlight, only by the soft glow of the night itself. But that is enough. That has always been enough. The monk does not need the lantern. He does not need the light. He only needs this moment, this breath, this rest. The night continues, hour after hour, moment after moment. The stars turn, the moon moves, the stream flows, the trees stand. Everything does what it does, without effort, without complaint, without question. And the monk rests, deep and still and peaceful. He has let go of the day. He has let go of tomorrow. He has let go of everything that can be let go of. And what remains is simply this: simply being, simply resting, simply here. The forest outside is very dark now. The spaces between the trees are filled with shadow. The branches overhead are barely visible against the sky. But the darkness is not empty. It is full of presence, full of life, full of the quiet breathing of everything that lives and rests. The forest floor is soft with decades of fallen needles, layered and compressed into a carpet that silences all footsteps. The needles smell of pine and earth, a scent that drifts through the darkness, carried by currents of air so gentle they cannot be felt. Beneath the needles, the soil is cool and damp, home to roots and insects and the slow processes of decay and renewal. The trunks of the pine trees rise up through this darkness like pillars, rough-barked and patient. Sap moves through them slowly, rising from root to branch, nourishing the needles that will fall in time to join those already on the ground. The trees do not hurry this process. They do not think about it. It simply happens, as it has happened for centuries. A small animal moves somewhere in the undergrowth, a mouse perhaps, or a vole. It pauses, listens, then continues on its way. The monk does not hear it. The forest does not notice it. It is simply part of the night, part of the endless movement and stillness. The stream continues. The water does not pause. It moves over the stones, around the stones, between the stones. It has been moving for years, for centuries. It will continue moving for years, for centuries more. This is what water does. This is all it needs to do. The monk's breathing has slowed even further. The pause between breaths has grown so long it seems like silence. But the breath returns, always returns, soft and gentle. In and out, in and out, in and out. The lantern flame gutters once, then steadies. The last of the oil. The light is barely aglow now, barely enough to see the edge of the cushion, the corner of the window. But it is enough. It is always enough. The room is warm with the night. The walls hold the warmth. The floor holds the warmth. Everything holds everything, in endless circles of presence. The monk is held. He rests within this holding. The air in the room has a weight to it now, a softness. It presses gently against the skin, neither warm nor cool, simply present. The monk does not notice it. His body has stopped noticing such things. It has stopped measuring and comparing. It simply rests in the air, the way a fish rests in water, the way a bird rests in sky. His robes have settled around him, the fabric soft from many washings, many wearings. The cloth touches his skin lightly, barely there. His feet are bare beneath the robe, resting on the smooth wood of the floor. The soles of his feet are warm. The floor beneath them is cool. The difference does not matter. Both are simply present. The cushion has shaped itself to his sitting. It supports the weight of his hips, his legs, his lower back. It does not push him. It does not give way. It simply holds in the way that cushions hold, without effort, without complaint. Outside, the stars continue their slow dance. They have been moving since before the temple was built, since before the forest grew, since before there were eyes to watch them. They do not move for anyone. They simply move, because moving is what stars do. The pine trees do not watch the stars. They do not look up. They simply stand, their roots in the earth, their branches in the sky. They are bridges, connections between below and above. They have always been bridges. They will always be bridges. The bark of the trees is rough in the darkness, textured by years of growth and weather. The needles are soft, clustered in their bundles, swaying imperceptibly in whatever air moves through them. The sap moves slowly through the wood, rising and falling with the seasons, with the temperature, with the ancient rhythms of tree life. The stream sounds like breathing now, like the breath of the forest, the breath of the night. In and out, in and out, the water moving, the air moving, everything moving together in one slow rhythm. The water is cold in the stream, fed by springs that rise from deep in the earth. The stones at the bottom are smooth, worn by centuries of this same water, this same movement. Small creatures live in the stream, sleeping now in the darkness, tucked into crevices, waiting for nothing. The monk is part of this rhythm. His breath is part of this breath. His stillness is part of this stillness. There is no separation, no boundary. The walls of the room are just walls. The skin of his body is just skin. Everything flows into everything else. His hands rest in his lap, palms upward, fingers curled softly inward. The skin of his palms is smooth, neither tense nor slack. The blood moves through his hands slowly, steadily, carrying warmth, carrying life. He does not feel this movement. It simply happens, the way it has always happened, the way it will always happen. The night deepens further. The darkness grows richer. The silence grows fuller. Everything intensifies by becoming simpler, by becoming less. The temperature in the room has found its resting point, neither rising nor falling, neither warm nor cool. Simply the temperature of night, the temperature of rest. The monk's skin neither sweats nor shivers. It simply is, the way his breath simply is, the way his heartbeat simply is. His heartbeat. Slow now, so slow. A steady pulse somewhere deep in his chest. It does not race. It does not skip. It moves like the stream moves, like the stars move, without hurry, without effort. Each beat a small wave, a small movement, a small continuation of life. The lantern flame dies. A small wisp of smoke rises from the wick, curls in the air, and disappears. The room is dark now, lit only by starlight through the window, only by the soft glow of the night. The smell of the extinguished flame lingers for a moment. Wax and smoke and the faint memory of light. Then it fades, absorbed into the larger darkness, the larger silence. The room smells now only of wood and cloth, and the faint scent of pine that drifts in from outside. But nothing changes. The monk still rests. The room still holds him. The forest still breathes outside. The stream still flows. Everything continues, in the dark as in the light. Breathing continues. In and out. The breath does not need light. It does not need warmth. It only needs this moment, this body, this air. It moves without seeing, without thinking, without trying. The cushion is soft beneath the monk. The floor is solid beneath the cushion. The earth is firm beneath the temple. Layer upon layer of support, reaching down into darkness, reaching up into darkness. All darkness now. All rest. Outside, the moon has set. The forest is lit only by stars. The trees are shadows among shadows. The stream is a sound without a source. Everything has become soft, blurred, dreamlike. The monk does not see this. His eyes are closed. But perhaps he feels it, somewhere in his resting. The softening, the blurring, the way everything dissolves into everything else when the light goes away. The darkness behind his eyelids is the same darkness as the room. There is no difference now between inside and outside, between seen and unseen. All is darkness. All is rest. All is the gentle presence of the night. His eyelids are soft, resting against each other without pressure. The small muscles around his eyes have relaxed completely. His brow is smooth, unfurrowed. His temples are cool, the blood moving through them slowly, steadily. If someone were to touch his face, they would feel the stillness in his skin, the peace in his flesh. His mouth has fallen slightly open. His jaw is slack, no longer holding tension, no longer clenching against anything. His tongue rests at the bottom of his mouth, soft and still. His breath moves past his lips without disturbing them, in and out, in and out. The muscles of his neck have released. His head rests balanced on his spine, neither tilting forward nor back. The vertebrae of his neck are stacked gently, holding the weight of his skull without effort. Everything aligned, everything at rest. His hands rest in his lap. His feet rest on the floor. His head rests on his shoulders. Everything rests on something. Everything is supported. Nothing needs to hold itself up. Nothing needs to try. The night is very old now. The hours have passed like water, like breath, like the slow turning of stars. Dawn is still far away. The darkness will continue for a long time yet. There is no hurry. The forest stands in silence. The stream flows in silence. The stars shine in silence. Even the wind is silent, if there is wind at all. Everything has settled into the deep quiet of the small hours. The monk's breath is barely there. A slight movement of the chest, a slight sound in the throat, so soft it could be imagined, so gentle it could be dreamed. But it continues, in and out, in and out, the rhythm unbroken, the life unbroken, the rest unbroken. Everything continues. The room is dark and warm and still. The temple is dark and quiet and present. The forest is dark and alive and resting. Everything together. Everything one. There is nothing more to say. There is nothing more to do. There is only this night, this breath, this rest. There is only letting go, and letting go, and letting go. The pine trees stand in their places. The stream flows through its bed. The stars turn across the sky. The monk rests on his cushion. The night continues, asking nothing, offering nothing but presence, nothing but peace. And so it continues. Moment into moment. Breath into breath. Darkness into darkness. Rest into rest. The small temple at the edge of the forest. The lantern that has burned and gone out. The window that looks out on the night. The cushion that holds the monk. The floor that holds the cushion. The earth that holds the temple. Everything resting. Everything releasing. Everything letting go. The stream sounds far away now, so far it could be imagined. The water moving over stones. The stones worn smooth by water. The sound that is almost silence. The silence that is almost sound. The monk breathes, in and out, so slow, so soft, so gentle. The breath that is almost stillness. The stillness that is almost breath. The night continues, dark and quiet and endless, full of stars that continue their turning, full of trees that continue their standing, full of water that continues its flowing, and somewhere in the darkness, in the temple, in the room, the monk rests. He has let go of everything. He has released everything. He is simply here, simply breathing, simply being. This is enough. This has always been enough. This will always be enough. And so the night continues, and the breathing continues, and the resting continues. The pine trees stand in their circle of darkness, their branches reaching up, their roots reaching down. Simply here, simply standing, simply being. The stream flows through its bed of stones, the water coming from somewhere, going to somewhere. Simply here, simply flowing, simply being. The stars turn in their ancient paths, shining from far away, moving through the dark. Simply here, simply shining, simply being. And the monk rests in his small room, breathing in, breathing out, simply here, simply resting, simply being. This is the night. This is the breath. This is the letting go. The darkness holds everything. The silence fills everything. The stillness pervades everything. And everything rests. Somewhere in the forest, a leaf falls. It drifts down through the darkness, turning slowly, finding its way to the ground. It makes no sound when it lands. It joins the other leaves, the other needles, the soft carpet of all that has fallen before. This is how it has always been. This is how it will always be. The monk has fallen like this leaf, fallen from the day, from the world of waking and working and wanting. He has drifted down into the night, into the quiet, into the soft ground of rest. He lies here now, still and peaceful, part of everything that rests. The stream does not notice the leaf. The stars do not notice. The pine trees do not notice. Nothing notices, and nothing needs to notice. The falling happened. The resting happened. That is enough. The hours continue to pass. They pass without counting themselves. They pass without announcing themselves. They simply pass, the way everything passes, soft and slow and endless. The monk's breath has become so quiet now, so soft, so gentle, like the breath of a sleeping child, like the breath of the earth itself, moving in, moving out, without effort, without thought, without doing. The room holds this breath. The walls hold this breath. The night holds this breath. Everything holds everything in the great embrace of darkness. Outside, the forest continues its slow presence. The trees stand in their places. They have stood here since before the monk arrived. They will stand here long after. Their roots go deep. Their branches reach high. They simply stand. The wind has stopped now, if there ever was wind. The branches of the pines are motionless, silhouettes against the star-scattered sky. The needles do not stir. The air between the trees is still, holding the coolness of the night, holding the silence of the forest. Somewhere far away, an owl calls. A single note, soft and low, swallowed by the darkness almost before it sounds. Then, silence again. The owl does not call a second time. Perhaps it has found what it was seeking. Perhaps it has given up. Perhaps it simply rests now, like everything else, in the great quiet of the night. The stream flows, if streams can be said to flow without anyone watching. It moves toward the sea, perhaps, toward the clouds, toward the rain that will become the stream again, in the endless circle of water. Or perhaps it moves only through this moment, this stone, this movement. Perhaps all its flowing is right here, right now. The water is cold in the stream bed. It moves over stones rounded by centuries of this same movement. It pools in hollows, eddies around roots, drops over small ledges with the faintest sound. This sound is part of the silence now. It has become so familiar that it is no longer separate. The stream and the silence are one thing. The monk does not think. He has gone beyond thinking, into the place where sleep becomes something else, something deeper, something that has no name. He rests in this nameless place, and everything rests with him. The cushion is warm beneath him. The air is cool around him. His body is soft, relaxed, completely at ease. There is nothing to hold on to. There is nothing to push away. There is only being. There is only resting. The night outside the window is deep and dark and full. full of stars that have burned for millions of years, full of trees that have grown for hundreds of years, full of water that has flowed since the mountains rose, full of time and yet timeless, full of everything and yet empty. The monk rests in this fullness, this emptiness, this presence. He does not need to understand it. He does not need to name it. He only needs to rest in it. And he does. And that is enough. The breath moves in. The breath moves out. The pause between grows longer, softer, more peaceful. The air moves in through his nostrils, cool and clean, carrying the faint scent of the night. It fills his lungs slowly, expanding his chest just slightly, just enough. It pauses there for a moment, for an eternity, resting inside him the way he rests inside the room. Then the air moves out again, warmer now, softer, carrying the warmth of his body back into the room. The breath and the air exchange something in this movement, something unnamed, something that sustains life without needing to be understood. The forest breathes with the monk now. The trees take in starlight. They release darkness. The rhythm is ancient, older than any memory, older than any name. The stream moves too in its own way. The water comes from the sky, from the clouds, from the distant sea. It goes into the earth, into the stones, into the endless journey. The rhythm is constant, never broken, never interrupted. Everything moves. Everything rests. Everything lets go. The cycle continues without beginning or end. Breath into breath. Night into night. Rest into rest. The monk has entered this cycle now. He is no longer separate from it. He is the breathing and the stillness. He is the darkness and the rest. He is the stream flowing and the stones remaining. He is everything and nothing, here and everywhere, present and dissolving. The hours do not touch him. The hours have stopped meaning anything at all. There is only this continuous present, this eternal now, stretching in all directions, like the darkness itself. No before, no after, only here, only this. His body has found its perfect balance, not holding, not releasing, not tensing, not collapsing, simply being in the way that bodies are when they have stopped trying to be anything other than what they are. The muscles are at rest, the bones are at rest, the blood moves slowly, the breath moves slowly, the thoughts have slowed to almost nothing. If there are thoughts now, they are like the faint stars at the edge of vision, almost there, almost not there, too dim to be seen directly, too soft to be grasped. They drift through the darkness of his mind, the way clouds drift through the darkness of the sky. They do not disturb anything. They do not change anything. They simply pass. The night continues its slow passage. The stars continue their slow turning. The darkness continues its slow holding of everything that needs to be held. And the monk continues his resting, soft and still and peaceful, in the small temple at the edge of the forest, in the quiet room with the cushion by the window, in the deep embrace of the night. There is nowhere else to be. There is nothing else to do. There is no one else to become. There is only this, only here, only now. The night wraps around the temple like a soft cloth. It touches the walls, the roof, the foundation stones. It seeps through the cracks between boards, through the gaps around the window frame. It is everywhere, inside and outside, above and below. The night makes no distinction between one thing and another. It holds everything equally. It covers everything equally. The monk is part of this night now. His body has taken on the temperature of the room. His breathing has taken on the rhythm of the darkness. His stillness has merged with the stillness of everything around him. If someone were to enter the room, they might not see him at first. They might see only the cushion, the window, the faint shapes of walls. Only slowly would they notice the figure sitting there, so still, so quiet, so much a part of the darkness that he has almost become invisible. But no one will enter the room. The temple is quiet. The forest is quiet. The night holds everything in its vast silence, and nothing disturbs this holding. Breathing, resting, letting go. The pine trees stand outside, patient as they have always been patient. They have seen many nights like this. They have held many silences like this. They continue to stand. They continue to be. The stream flows outside, constant as it has always been constant. It has flowed through many nights like this. It has sung many silences like this. It continues to move. It continues to rest. The stars shine outside, distant as they have always been distant. They have shone through many nights like this. They have witnessed many silences like this. They continue to burn. They continue to fade. And the monk rests inside, still as he has never been still before. This is his deepest rest. This is his quietest night. He continues to let go. He continues to be held. The cushion holds him. The floor holds the cushion. The earth holds the floor. The night holds everything. And everything is present. And everything is here. And everything continues. The breath moves in, barely. The breath moves out, softly. The space between grows longer and longer and longer still. This is rest. This is peace. This is letting go. The night goes on. The darkness continues. The silence deepens. And the monk rests. And the forest stands. And the stream flows. And the stars turn. Everything resting together. Everything present together. Everything letting go together. Into the soft darkness. Into the gentle quiet. Into the endless, endless rest. The hours have grown heavy with stillness. The night has deepened into itself. Somewhere beyond the forest, beyond the mountains, beyond the edges of the world, the first light is beginning to gather. But here, in this room, in this temple, in this moment, there is only darkness, only quiet, only rest. The monk has been resting for a long time now. His breath has found its slowest rhythm, the rhythm of deep sleep, the rhythm of deep peace. He does not stir. He does not dream. He simply rests, held by the cushion, held by the floor, held by the earth, held by the night. The pine trees outside have not moved. They have stood all through these hours, patient and still, their branches reaching up into the darkness, their roots reaching down into the earth. They will stand for many more hours, many more nights, many more years. This is what they do. This is what they are. The stream has not stopped. It has flowed all through these hours, constant and gentle, its water moving over stones, around bends, through shadows. It will flow for many more hours, many more nights, many more years. This is what it does. This is what it is. The stars have not stopped turning. They have moved all through these hours, slow and sure, following their ancient paths across the sky. They will turn for many more hours, many more nights, many more ages. This is what they do. This is what they are. And the monk rests. This is what he does in this moment. This is what he is in this night. Simply resting, simply being, simply here. The cushion is soft beneath him, shaped by his weight, warmed by his presence. It offers support. This is what cushions do. The floor is solid beneath the cushion, wood worn smooth by years of use. It offers foundation. This is what floors do. The earth is firm beneath the temple, stone and soil and deep, still darkness. It offers ground. This is what earth does. Everything holds everything else. Everything is held by everything else. This is the way of the night. This is the way of rest. This is the way of letting go. The monk's hands rest open in his lap. They have released everything they held during the day. The work, the worry, the wanting, all released, all let go. The hands are empty now, and the emptiness is rest. His face has softened in the darkness. The lines of thought have smoothed. The tension of the day has melted away. His jaw is relaxed. His eyes are soft behind closed lids. He looks like someone who has put down a heavy weight, someone who has finally stopped carrying what could not be carried. The night continues outside the window. The darkness continues. The silence continues. But there is something different now, something shifting. The quality of the darkness has changed ever so slightly. The black has become less black, the shadows less deep. Somewhere, far away, the world is beginning to turn toward morning. But here, in this room, in this temple, the night still holds. The monk still rests. The breath still moves, soft and slow, in and out, in and out. There is no hurry to meet the dawn. There is no need to leave this rest. The night will end when it ends. The sleep will lift when it lifts. Until then, there is only this. Only breathing. Only resting. Only being. The pine trees stand outside, unchanged. The stream flows outside, unchanged. The stars turn outside, fading now as the sky begins to lighten, but still turning, still following their paths. And the monk rests inside, unchanged, still held by the cushion, still held by the floor, still held by the earth, still held by the night, even as the night begins to thin. The breath moves in, The breath moves out. The rhythm continues. The rest continues. The peace continues. Soft and slow and gentle. Deep and quiet and endless. The room holds the monk. The temple holds the room. The forest holds the temple. The earth holds everything. And everything rests. Everything is present. Everything is here. Everything lets go. Softly, slowly, gently. The hours pass. They do not need to be counted. They do not need to be noticed. They simply pass. The way water passes. The way breath passes. The way everything passes. And the monk continues to rest. And the forest continues to stand. And the stream continues to flow. And the stars continue to turn. Nothing ends. Nothing begins. Everything simply continues in the way it has always continued, in the way it will always continue. This is rest. This is peace. This is letting go. The night is very deep now. The darkness is very full. The silence is very present. Everything has settled into the place where there is nothing left to settle. The monk's breath is barely there. A whisper. A suggestion. A presence so soft it could be the breath of the room itself, the breath of the night itself. In and out, in and out. The rhythm continues. The rest continues. The night continues. The pine trees in their places. The stream in its bed. The stars in their paths. The monk on his cushion. Everything present. Everything here. Everything at rest. And the night goes on. Dark and quiet and gentle. Full of nothing. Full of everything. Full of rest. The breath moves in. The breath moves out. The space between grows longer, softer, more peaceful. The forest stands with the monk. The stream flows with the monk. The stars turn with the monk. Everything together. Everything one. Resting. Resting. Simply resting. Simply resting. The night continues. The darkness wraps around everything softly. The silence fills everything completely. And the monk lets go. And lets go. And lets go. Not trying to let go. Not trying to let go. The way leaves let go. The way light lets go. The way everything lets go when it is ready. The cushion holds him. The floor holds the cushion. The earth holds the floor. Everything supported. Everything present. Everything at rest. Breathing continues. Soft and slow and easy. Without effort. Without thought. Without doing. The night continues. Dark and deep and endless. And somewhere in the forest, the stream still flows. Quiet now. So quiet. And somewhere in the sky, the stars still turn. Slow now. So slow. And somewhere in the temple, the monk still rests. Still now. So still. This is enough. This has always been enough. The breath moves in. The breath moves in. The breath moves in. And the night goes on. And on. And on. And on. Soft and dark and gentle. Full of rest. Full of peace. full of letting go. The pine trees stand in silence. The stream flows in silence. The stars shine in silence. And the monk rests. Rests. Simply rests. The night holds him. The darkness holds him. The silence holds him. And he lets go. Lets go. Lets go. Into the soft darkness. Into the gentle quiet. Into the endless rest. Breathing. Breathing. Soft and slow. In and out. In and out. The night continues. The rest continues. The peace continues. And somewhere in the forest, the stream. And somewhere in the sky, the stars. And somewhere in the temple, the monk. Still, quiet, present, breathing, resting, letting go. Into the darkness, into the quiet, into the rest. Soft, slow. The stream over stones, the stars through the dark, the breath in the body. In, out, softer now, slower. The night, the forest, the temple, the monk. Breathing, resting. The cushion, the floor, the earth. Breathing, still breathing. Soft, the stream, the stars, the